this looks to be heading in the favor of McCarthy. So we are getting down into the home stretch. There is certainly an appetite that everyone wants to lock this up before the weekend. They were going to go for the motion to adjourn.
Kilmeny, let me just jump in here.
Playing out the way they wanted it.
Kilmeny, it's a done deal. There you go. Speaker of the House, Kevin McCarthy. Well, there you go. Very few have to fight that hard to become speaker. All right. Taking a look at the numbers there, the final numbers, 216, 211. You had 5 present, and that's how it all came about. That group of 6 finally caved, voted present. I don't think Rosendale ever did vote. The final of them. And the atmosphere in the room is very, very positive now. And we're going to bring Rick Santorum back in here. All smiles. Steve Scalise, they thought he was going to be the replacement. It ends up being McCarthy. And he sits down, and they got still more work to do tonight. The night is not over inside that chamber. That is for certain. Rick Santorum, go ahead.
Perseverance, one of the great virtues that is not often appreciated, and you have to give Kevin McCarthy perseverance.
Rick, sorry, just hang on 1 second. Let's listen.
Who did not answer the first call of the roll?
Vicente Gonzalez. Jeffries. Rosendale. Present.
Okay, we're still watching just some of the formalities here. Kevin McCarthy is going to be the Speaker of the House. We do know that. All the votes are in. They finally got around to Rosendale, who gave his present. So you see the 6 presents there at the bottom. That was the big 6 that was needed. And you didn't need all of them, but they all were a coalition, all led by Andy Biggs, and they all decided to stay present in this final round at 15. Round 14 was very disappointing. I think everybody thought they had it, and then it just had to go to 15, and it was delayed again. And these people have been here all week dealing with this for 4 days. There was a lot of frustration. We saw what looked like it was about to be a fight at one point after round 14 ended with the speaker still not elected. And it was looking like it was going to go to round 15, and then the tension started boiling over. They didn't close the vote ahead just yet, and then they tried to get changes made, and you had Gates and Boebert just sitting there, just saying nothing as everybody kind of yelled at him and tried to coerce them to just do something, just say present, just do something to make a change to get this thing done, because they knew what the inevitable was going to be, which was going to be Kevin McCarthy. Again, you look at all of this, and a lot of great changes were made this week, but at the same time, there was never any other never any other serious candidate. Nobody ever got past, I think, 20 votes, which was Byron Donalds. Byron Donalds ended up voting for McCarthy anyway. So that's how this whole situation came about. Rick, are you still there?
Still here.
Go ahead.
No, it's this is a moment that I think they really felt confident. I know this is going to sound strange. I think if you listen to the McCarthy people and the folks around, they always felt confident they were going to get here. And you just nailed the reason why, is that there wasn't an alternative. You can't beat a speaker without an alternative, without someone else that's identified as either wanting it, having the ability to gather and collect enough votes to do it. And when McCarthy felt comfortable that he had a big enough base that was never going to leave him, that was never going to go jump ship, even for a Scalise, that it made the effort doomed to time. And that's why I think he pushed the adjournment to Monday. He felt that more time was on his side, that people weren't leaving him, that the momentum was on his side, and that's the way it turned out. And look, I've been texting some of the 20 and congratulating them, and sincerely congratulating them, because what they accomplished was not nothing. It was a real improvement in the way the House operates, but also real budgetary controls there, which is something that, frankly, Republicans have abandoned for a long, long time.
Right.
And so it's been a good night for the conservative cause.
Yeah. These rule changes we've seen appear to be dismantling a lot of the power that had been collected by speakers over the last 20 years, including, of course, Nancy Pelosi, perhaps even Newt Gingrich. How has the speakers, how has that position changed over the last 20 years? It's certainly gotten more powerful.
Yeah, it has. And Pelosi probably the most powerful of all. Very little was done. I mean, you didn't hear when I served in Congress, you had giants who were chairs of committee, and the chairs of committee were almost as well known, well respected, and considered powerful as the Speaker of the House. I mean, yeah, the Speaker was powerful, but the leader was considered a power center. The chairman of the Ways and Means Committee and the Appropriations Committee or the Ag Committee, they all had centers of power. That simply wasn't the case under Pelosi.
Yeah. Okay. Rick, just hold on one second for us. We're going to listen back in.
The state of California has received 216. The Honorable Hakeem Jeffries of the state of New York has received 212. With 6 recorded as present. Therefore, the Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives. The clerk appoints the following committee.
All right.
to escort
So
the
again, there's
Speaker
still more
elect
work
to the
to be
chair.
done tonight for the people in that chamber, and it could go until it could go as late as 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, from what we understand. And we're going to continue to follow this. We're going to go over to Kilmeny just outside the doors of that chamber with her final thoughts on the evening. I know you've had a very long week following all this. It has been a week.
Rob, indeed. And as we reported exclusively this morning on the details of that framework of the agreement that was reached in order to be able to get these members on board, this is something that a lot of people in the GOP tell me is something that they hope will heal the divisions and help them move forward with the GOP agenda in a more productive manner. But no doubt history was made tonight. We haven't seen this many rounds of votes since the 1800s. Kevin McCarthy winning on number 15.
It is something else. Hey, I mean, you've seen them coming in and out all night long. After that 14th round, what was the demeanor of people that I think thought they had it, and then they didn't?
It was, I don't know if I said this before, Rob, because it's been so late, but it felt like as I was witnessing this with members of the press gallery, it felt like we were witnessing the UK Parliament, the shouting that was going back and forth, the disagreement on whether they would have the motion to adjourn, but then the enthusiasm. It's something clicked for members on the House floor this evening after that vote. They said, let's get this done. And then you saw Congressman Andy Biggs vote present. You had Lauren Boebert vote present again. Everyone put down their swords on that floor this evening, and they decided to move forward. That was the big change. There was enthusiasm with every member casting their ballot for McCarthy. Certainly, there's going to be people that aren't happy with the framework of this deal. Not everybody gets everything that they want. That's what GOP members have told me. But tonight, this is a win for the GOP moving forward because they can get down to business.
Yeah, and it's a better party for it. It's a better House for it as well. Changes made have been largely positive. I have not seen one person from the GOP come on television and say that they're not happy about the changes that were made because of this painful last few days. So, I mean, this is the way it has to work. And you're not going to get anything done if you don't do some hard work. So, Kilmeny, thank you so much for the great reporting this week. It's good to see you. Have a nice night.
Thank you.
All right, bring Hogan Gidley back in. Just going off what I just said there, I think the party's better for this, and I think the House is much stronger for it, too.
You're absolutely right. And look, if you thought this whole thing was difficult, wait until they actually try to get some bills out of the chamber.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do two things. One is stop the radical agenda of the left, Nancy Pelosi, those in the Senate, and also the White House, but then turn around and actually do some things and push some America First agenda items out of this chamber. They're going to die in the Senate because of the political realities that exist. But the fact is, the American people put Kevin McCarthy now as Speaker and the rest of these members in control of this body. And they're going to have to kind of deliver on the promises they made to the American people. And the changes they made into the process of the House, I think is going to be eye-opening, because transparency is what the people want. And that's what the Congress, the new Congress, is going to give them.
Absolutely. Hogan Gidley, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate it. And we'll see you on the other side. Go to bed.
Thanks so much.
Let's bring Rick Santorum back in for his final thoughts. I got about 30 seconds. Rick, go ahead.
They game on. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how this crucible that they had to go through is going to result in either a stronger House, a more united House, or one that's going to be really tough to handle. We'll wait and see what happens, but usually these types of things tend to bond people, and that's what certainly I'm hoping for, and I think it'd be best for the country.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Rick Santorum, thank you, sir, so much for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it.
You bet, Rob.
We take a look. We just saw Nancy Pelosi walking down in her pink jacket down to the House floor, and not sure where she was heading as we take a wide shot there at the floor of the House. Boy, that has been a busy place this week. Kevin McCarthy is the Speaker of the House. It took 15 rounds to do it. It took 4 days to do it. The 14th was certainly the most contentious. It almost had some kind of a fight there at one point. A couple congressmen, one having to hold the other off from getting in Matt Gaetz's face. You had 6 holdouts. We had 20 earlier today. We had 14 of them flip. and say, you know what, we've seen enough. We've fixed this system. We had 6 more hold out, and it took until the 15th round, and then they finally got it done. And we have a Speaker of the House, and that means Monday a lot of very important work countering this government can begin, and that's the important part. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rob Schmidt. That's been our coverage, and we will see you back here, the morning show here on Newsmax.